it's only until you start, you know, getting into the nitty-gritty of it that you start to learn this could really, you know, this could finish me off.
Following a second successful brain operation, John was taken off the critical list.
I can remember sort of laying back and you know, nurses fiddling with me and playing with my different tubes and putting stuff in my nose, and I was getting fed through a drip, and that's why I lost so much weight. I had a tracheostomy fitted in my throat as well, which I've still got a little scar there. And I think it was when the tube started coming out, you know, the catheter came out, and then the thing off the nose came out, and then the tracheostomy came out, something else came out. And it was just, at one stage, I had just one tube, but I've still got a tube there, which takes my bloods. So it was when all the tubes started coming out, I started to feel normal again, you know. And I was without pain. And I was sitting up in the bed, and then my parents would come in, I'd have a conversation, I'd have a cup of tea. So after about 3.5, 4 weeks, but I think I was pretty much out of it for about 3.5 weeks.
On the 11th of August, John was allowed home. He missed baby daughter Lena's first birthday. It fell on the very same day he received his first life-saving brain operation. Lena will soon become a big sister.
We've been trying for another baby for about 7 or 8 months, and it's just sort of strange that it's almost the week before that all of this happened. We discovered that we were pregnant, so we were obviously over the moon about it, and you know, told everybody the news. And then literally, you know, as I say, a week afterwards, we found out that John had testicular cancer, and not just that, that it had spread to his brain.
You know, you worry about leaving 4 children, and you know, your parents have been there for me from day one, really. And you know, your partner has been up the hospital pregnant, you know, sitting on your bedside waiting for you to wake up and, you know, pressing your hand and things. You worry about people who you maybe leave behind, and, you know, people who've always been there for you, really. You know, they're the people that matter.
John needs to continue attending hospital regularly for courses of chemotherapy. He's often accompanied by his mother, Diane.
You sleep, John. Go on. Yes, you're fine. You sleep. Don't mind at all. You don't mind at all. Chat.
Well, I've had 3 sessions of chemotherapy now. I go in every 3rd Monday, starting on a Monday, finish on a Friday. I have 3 sessions daily, which last for 6 hours. So I've had 3 sessions of that. I've got the 1 session left of chemotherapy, and they aim to cure this now. That's what my oncologist told me. So the way I see it is, at the minute, is I'm in the right hands, and I seem to be moving in the right direction.
I don't think we can do much about the fatigue. It's just a matter of resting.
Yeah.
Right. The nausea, I would say it's important that you take your anti-sickness regularly. Don't wait for the sickness to build up. If you can understand. Right. If you wait for it to build up, it means then you're having to sort of take more. I
haven't actually had a conversation with the powers to be, if you like. My family have done all that, and they sort of fill me in a little bit on what's been said. But I haven't actually had a one-to-one sit-down with my oncologist yet, but that'll certainly come within the next 3 to 4 weeks. You know, I know it sounds cruel, but if you've got a week to live, or if you've got a month or 6 months, then they tell you, if you've got 6 months, they ain't going to say you've got 3 years, you know. So with all due respect, they're very, very abrupt, and they're upfront, and that's how I like to deal with people anyway, so.
John's doctor is following levels of a protein called HCG. High levels in men are indicative of testicular cancer. At the time of his diagnosis, John's readings were off the scale, but have now greatly reduced.
It peaked to exceptionally high levels, 180,000 in your case, at the time of starting your chemotherapy, and then it's come down quite dramatically. And it's now reached 200, which is not yet normal.
No.
But I hope to see it normalizing in the next 2 cycles. Because an exceptional type of patient, he's fighting very bravely with this difficult condition, and he's having chemotherapy at the moment, having undergone surgery, as you know, at the beginning. He was quite poorly when he presented, and we were very worried for him. But I'm now more encouraged by his progress. I just want you to see this because
That's good. Please.
It's encouraging.
Please, John.
I'll see you around there.
Thanks, Doctor.
Bye.
Thank you.
I am positive, but you do want to get the treatment out of the way, and you want to get the messages of all clear, things like that, I suppose, which I think most people with cancer will tell you the same. So as much as I am trying to stay positive, and I will remain positive as I can be, there is always that, little 5% element of doubt in the back of your head that maybe tells you then, well, maybe it's gone too far, or maybe it's spread too far, and words are that I don't particularly enjoy using. But as I said to you, I am a realist, and I think you have to look at all aspects. I hope for everybody's sake and my own sake that I make a full recovery. As I said to you, I've got 3 beautiful kids, 1 on the way.
John has been inundated with cards and best wishes from supporters across Britain and beyond.
People have obviously taken the time out, and it does mean a lot. And as I said, I won't be able to thank everybody personally, but obviously, if this is my opportunity to thank people who have sent a card, who may be expecting a thank you card back or something, but there's just too many to do. There's the Celtic family, if you like. You talk about families, and it's off the map, really. It's a different scale in terms of the level of support. And, they're all very, very passionate about ex-players, and you expect your good friends to get behind you and everything else. And obviously I've got a fantastic family, a very supporting family, and some incredible mates, But it's just, some of the other people that have written in, even Cardiff City supporters, Rangers supporters, just people in general.
I know he's lost a bit of weight, obviously, from the operations and the chemotherapy, but he's always been headstrong, John, and mentally tough. I mean, he wouldn't have had the career he had if he weren't strong mentally. So I think, with the love he's got from his family and his friends around him, I think he'll pull through it okay.
Now, John is determined that other men should learn from his experience.
If you can raise awareness, even more so than raising the money, it's just making people aware, because there will be thousands upon thousands of people out there, I would think, that have at some stage, men, boys, that have felt something in their testicle and not done anything about it. So again, I'm not going to tell people what to do, but check, because it can make a difference.
Only last week I had to call a locksmith out to the house to open this cabinet. John had lost the key, as he always does, and he said, as soon as I opened the door to him, he said, "I got to thank you," he said, "because John might have saved my life," he said, and he said, "because I've had a lump in my testicle," he said, "for a few months, and they've actually gone to the doctors, and it's a tumour, and he's going into hospital next week to have it removed. He doesn't know if it's spread into the body at all, but he said, I can't thank you enough," and he didn't charge me for the job.
The fact that someone's listening and doing something about it, makes you feel really proud and really good.
And John's got other events to look forward to.
The plan is to get married as well. We were going to get married anyway. It's nothing to do with the fact, we've been together now for 5 years, so we were going to get married and, have a nice big bash up the Celtic Manor. So, invite all my friends and stuff. So that's the plan anyway, but just gives you something to look forward to, I think, as well, But the kids, I'm looking forward to the baby coming now and everything, keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? So, but I think it's nice to have something to look forward to. Just keeps you right.
He's a great fun person to be with, a very strong character, very charismatic. And I'm really looking forward to him getting back to his old self. Obviously at the moment he's not himself, he's very tired a lot of the time and very weak, but he's a very strong person and positive as well, and I'm sure that he has the strength of character to get through this.
I do feel quite resilient, especially if you do get the all clean, you pull through. Again, I'm on the right road and I'm in the right hands. You know, but when you said about your toughness gets you through, I think the toughness can come from inside, you know. I think the real sort of tough people are inside. I don't think sometimes outside. I think when something like this happens, I think that's when you can show your toughness.